Whatever decision you decide to take, you are the only person who's going to reap the benefits or suffer the consequences. So it's up to you if you want to change now whilst you're in your 20s, or if you want to wait to your 30s and then to your 40s. And then you're like, oh, I got an epiphany. Oh my God, now I know you're the prize. Fam, my first ever experience is during lockdown time. You gotta swipe, but I did realize that some women, the hot ones, they don't swipe. They actually have people who have swiped on them and then they pick from that. But sis, you right there, go on your dating app, download it, and see if someone will swipe on you. If they don't swipe on you, that level you put yourself at, you're not actually there in the marketplace. So you're going to have to swipe. So when you swipe, you're saying that that means you're chasing the man. Hey, yeah, we have Chisha Z. I love his content. I literally binge watch it, especially when I'm on the treadmill. He has so many like snippets here and there, and they always get me thinking. I love the fact that he's always going through the comments as well. So it broadens my understanding of the mindset of human beings, because I might have this perspective and I'm like, how did this person have that? That's why I love his content. If you don't know about him, I'll pop his channel in the description as well. But he's talking about the Simone Biles situation, and I have watched some of his other ones, but I haven't watched this one because clearly people are still dragging the situation. So I wanted to hear what he had to say as well. So if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up or hit the subscribe button as well and come join the family. But yeah, let's just get into it. Yeah, we love coffee over here. I don't actually drink coffee in real life, but his kind of coffee, yeah, we like that.
Joseph, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Z.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this Simone Biles situation a little bit more. I'm surprised I'm still on this story because nothing new has happened. But I think there's a really important thing to notice about this situation that has to do with you and me and any other person out here who drinks coffee. I'm going to read a few of you guys' comments that you probably left if you saw this post from Simone that read, y'all want me to be insecure so bad. So what is she talking about? Of course, she's addressing the sisterhood because the whole thing is everybody's mad because she pursued him and you look real desperate. You should pray and wait like the rest of us. Don't take initiative on what you want. Don't celebrate.
Is the sarcasm for me? Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, what I'm on the camp of, choosing signals. Show that you're interested. You cannot stay in your home and hope that God, throws someone through the chimney. You want them through the chimney onto your lap. I don't know how we want to be so lazy. We want to be lazy participants when it comes to relationships. But when it came to you finding a good career or a job or education, you were quite proactive, took your initiative there as well. It wasn't this prayer without the actions. They both worked in tandem. But as soon as it comes to marriage relationships, we take the lazy approach, like, oh, God's gonna do it. And I find that if you take that same behavior into marriage, that's when you expect the other person to always do the initiation, to be proactive, and then they have to worship you, essentially. You fall into this mindset. It's very twisted. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. Let's just continue.
Celebrate your man as the prize. You're making us look bad. And it got me asking the question, why is it that so many chicks are starting to not like Simone Biles just based on this actual situation with their husband? Let's read a few of these comments in response to her Twitter post. So this woman says, my husband is raw and sometimes tactless, but it'll be a cold day in hell before he told anyone I wasn't the prize. So we've got that chick who says a woman should always be the prize, and another woman here who says, nah, we just want everyone to see and appreciate how much a queen you truly are.
Can you not be?
We've got somebody else here who says, hang it up flat screen retired. So they're tired of this conversation. And I'm tired that I'm still talking about this. But I personally think there are a few things that have to be mentioned here that I noticed from this whole situation. Number one, and I'm about to get into you guys' comments so far.
Actually, before he goes in, I did mention this in my other video, the nightcap reaction. I said, I understand from both camps the argument or, the projection. I think where I don't agree is where it transcends over to why somebody needs to divorce their spouse because you have projected onto their situation that they don't know their value based off of a clip. Okay. I think, again, with the husband, when the things that you didn't know in your ignorance or the things that were unknown in your ignorance, once you now have knowledge of them, there's a way you tell a story. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't have much media training or, he just thought, I'm with the boys, let me just tell it as it is. There's a way to tell a story, and I find that the way we tell our story shows what really is going on inside of us, be it good or bad, whatever it is. Sometimes it's not even about what is good or bad, it tells you what it is that's inside of you or what the person actually thinks about the situation. And I find that, let's just say he didn't know who she was back then. The way you tell the story now, because you know her and you know how big she is and this and the other, I find that as a husband, you have a duty and responsibility to cover your wife in like emotionally, spiritually, physically, especially on a platform as big as theirs, and even just like the internet, because when you're leaving a digital footprint, things can just go viral just because and be taken out of context or even in context. So I find that there was a way that he could have maybe told the story a little bit better, where it wasn't about this. But then it went to show that maybe this is just how he feels about the situation. And I think that's probably work that they might have to do behind closed doors, because I think, or should I say, I sense a bit of maybe insecurity or a little bit of maybe his own self-esteem not being quite strong, or maybe he may feel a little bit overshadowed by who Simone Biles is, as in the brand, even though she is trying to just let him do his thing. It's not even trying to. I think she genuinely, she's just maybe very humble like that, and it's not something she pays mind to. So the dynamic works for them. But at the same time, I think this is where people are misunderstanding her actions to be like, you're being passive now. You need to be the queen that we know that you are, and it's like, is it really that deep at the end of the day? But yeah, I'm kind of on that camp where I think the guy does have a bit of responsibility, as in the husband, to cover his wife. And I don't see the issue with, Simone traveling to go and see him, because that was, what she chose to do at that time. Could he come and see her? I don't know. He did not say. We're not here to be going back and forth, but this is the generation we're in, where the woman can't do anything when she's in the dating or girlfriend stage. Meanwhile, the man is required to do husband things for you right on the first date. It's very mismatched. And that goes with that. It sometimes is a conversation a lot of people do not want us to have. But yeah, I don't want to go too much in. Let's just continue.
So first one here says, it's crazy how male confidence, especially Black male confidence, is somehow seen as automatically disrespectful to Black women. If that isn't the true narcissism I don't want is, I think you meant to say, I don't know what is. Now, I've said this plenty of times, guys, that this has nothing to do with Black women in particular. It's the modern woman's mindset in the West. Here's what this situation has really taught me.
Yeah, it's definitely a West thing.
If you are a woman today with any type of clout and you share conservative views when it comes to like power dynamics within your marriage, like gender roles, if you're a woman who says, my man is the prize, I want to be led by my man, and I want my man to love me, protect me. I respect him, and you aren't being lifted up, you will be attacked. You don't have the power to choose as a woman today in the public eye without facing slander from the tea sippers. They will attack you if you're not partaking in their shenanigans. You gotta think of how crazy that is. That women are somehow in a position of power in today's day and age, but they cannot choose to relinquish power. You must be strong and independent. You must be the prize. And if you in any way exhibit the type of dynamic where your husband is the head and, dare I say, the prize in your relationship, where you respect your man and you're in your feminine, then you are the enemy. We've got another comment that says, Simone must have forgotten the sisterhood doesn't like healthy relationships. They sit in dysfunction so long. A good relationship is like garlic to a vampire, and they can't have that now, can they? Man, that's good coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
More and more, I am starting to understand why certain men turn to passports.
The passport bros.
You guys know my channel's never been about that. I've encouraged men to pursue any other avenues that they want to lessen the stress of trying to find a woman who is
travel, because these conversations are very Western. Like when I go back home to Ghana, or like we don't talk about, oh, who's the man of the house, and the man is the man of the house. Like it's not even a conversation. It's just something you just know. And no, it's not because we've been brainwashed or whatever. Sometimes just don't complicate life, you know? I'm a Christian, that's how I was brought up, and I have a loving father, loving brothers. I have a healthy relationship with the male, men, the figure, So it's like, oh, the man's the head of the house. Oh, okay. What do I do? What's my role? Oh, well, okay. And I just follow in line. Yes, I'm a follower, whatever you want to say. But it's like, that's where I shine. That's where my strength lies. So if your strength lies in being the leader as a woman, good, do your thing. But I don't think you have the right to project your lifestyle on somebody's lifestyle. And then it's like, then you're not even living their life. Meanwhile, you have such a big opinion on what they should and shouldn't. I don't know. It's just, it baffles me sometimes.
Wife material in today's day and age. I've encouraged it. But the more I see the mindset of modern women, guys, the more I realize that, like, yo, you put these chicks in a home and you ask them to stay, even asking a woman today, don't go on girls' trips with your single friends. And when I say that, I don't mean you're telling her, right? Because they will twist those words up. But telling her, hey, I value the type of relationship with the woman who doesn't go out on girls' trips with her friend. Asking a woman that is asking for too much. They want to live like they're single. A woman today, a modern woman today, being in a relationship with a man who embraces his masculinity fully, not one of these new age men, a modern woman being with that man will be like her being in actual prison.
Yeah. It's like, that's why I love these conversations, because I always used to say I lived under a rock. Because like when I came across some of these mindsets, I was like, so you're telling me they're not joking? This is their principles to live by, these women. I was like, what? Because I haven't come across people like that, women like that. My circle, most of us are married with kids, and never in the conversation is like, who wears the pants, or like, are you the man? Like, what does he bring to the table? Charlie, that's not what we got. Bigger fish to fry. And it's like we're putting the effort in what we need to be doing, so our duties, our responsibilities being taken care of. Those are like, that's where the focus is at, as opposed to, it's like we major in all the minors, and then It's just no. Sorry, and the major things we minimize thinking, oh, you're just a pick me, or we label it as something to squash it, not knowing that that's actually the healthy mindset to take or to adopt. Again, they do learn this, but at a very later time or a later age, which is quite sad. But then, each to their own. If that's what they want, keep it going.
There were people who were saying, oh, you just wait, they're going to break up. That's not what this is about. This is about, can a woman pursue a man if that's what she wants? Can a woman have a man be the head of the home? Can a woman look at her man as the prize if that's what she wants? From what we see,
you can't.
No, you can't.
It's like when you have it, it's because you're a sellout or
you
you're
are
brainwashed.
not allowed to go contrary to the tea sippers in today's society. Check out another comment here that says, with 8 words, she explained why she got a ring and why she has a great chance of keeping it.
It's like people are waiting for
somebody else who says Simone is now realizing her sisterhood isn't really a sisterhood. Just a bunch of single moms wanting her to be miserable with them. Somebody else here added, I was just telling my friends about this sisterhood BS. We as women need to point out the BS that women are doing to the men and the community. Somebody else here added, the way they've torn down this woman is absolutely foul. I can admit her husband's demeanor made me uncomfortable, but the things that women have said about her as a result of how they felt triggered by him proves there's no love in the so-called sisterhood.
Right.
Black women do not protect Black women at all. They protect those who they agree with.
This is it. It's like we don't like differing opinions. And I find that, I suppose that's why they're single, because it's like, how do you suppose you can maintain a healthy home if your opinion or your perspective is the only perspective worth noting? And I also try to think, like, how are you in your workplaces, and things of that nature? Because it's like, are you all of this? Do you have to pretend? Do you have to like shrink yourself? Well, how? Because I know, like, working in corporate, there will be different opinions, different perspectives, and you have to be able to weigh. You can't be subjective all the time. Sometimes go out of your perspective and see a different POV, and it doesn't mean you need to agree with them, but how can we disagree but in a healthy way? We need to learn to do that as a community.
Somebody else here says, these women are out of their minds. Salute to SB and her husband. Again, it is very obvious that the uncaffeinated are not going for the women out here who they can even sense are trying to play a more traditional role in their relationship. Now, you might be a chick who's saying there's nothing traditional about a woman pursuing a man. But there's also the aspect
it wasn't pursuing, though.
If you as a woman are...
I don't even see it as pursuing. Wasn't it just like, what do you do? Why go on an app? A dating app, if you're not going to swipe on somebody? Well, okay, maybe, I don't know. I've been on a dating app before, like back when. My first ever experience is during lockdown time. You gotta swipe, but I did realize that some women, the hot ones, they don't swipe. They actually have people who have swiped on them, and then they pick from that. I guess maybe what these women are saying is, just download the app, just look flashy, and let people swipe on you. But sis, you right there, go on your dating app, download it, and see if someone will swipe on you. If they don't swipe on you, that level you put yourself at, you're not actually there in the marketplace. So you're going to have to swipe. So when you swipe, you're saying that means you're chasing the man. I don't understand that. And when they, I suppose that was the first strike. And then I think the fact that she drove, was it 45 minutes to get to him, was another strike. You guys don't know anything else. So it's like, you can't do anything. So the man has to do everything all the time? Or is it just are people mad at the first step? The first step always has to come from the man. Yeah, some of you will be corpses, skeletons,
Empowered
waiting.
to decide. Can you choose to shoot the first shot? And I'll go a step further. And this might piss off a lot of people, but hear me carefully when I say this.
Tell us.
Is it possible for the modern woman to shoot outside of her league?
Yeah. I think deep down they've masked all of this, but deep down they fear rejection. I always say this on this channel. They fear rejection, or they don't know how to handle rejection. They don't know how to process rejection, because this, it hits back at them. It throws a light back at them and says, actually, I thought I was up here, but if these class of men aren't looking my way, does that mean I'm not actually on the level that they perceive me, that I perceive myself at? And it's a very humbling process. It's very humbling. And I think it's like, okay, let me just come up with a story that helps me sleep at night. That's it. You need to, women don't need to shoot this shot. If you do your pick me this, and I was like, yeah, let's run with that one. Oh boy.
No, this is a real question, because they'll be quick to tell you as a man that, like, yo, you're kind of shooting for the stars. Is it possible? That's question number one. Because I'll tell you, most women, no matter who they are, think if you are a woman, then you are automatically the prize. No matter what, you're automatically the prize.
Sis.
What if a woman finds a man who she respects and appreciates so much, and she's able to say, you know what? I feel like in this dynamic, I found the prize.
Yeah.
Is a woman allowed to speak that? Because it sounds like if you're a woman today in the public eye, you can't express
or even acknowledge it or entertain the thought. It doesn't mean that this person's the prize and all the time you're not it doesn't, like, why do we feel that just appreciating a man automatically means that we are diminished as women? Love my husband to bits, and he does things and I'm like, wow, I'm so blessed to have you. And I do things for him and he's like, wow, I'm so blessed to have you. It works in tandem. We're not in a race with each other. And I think most healthy relationships are like that, or healthy marriages. We're there to appreciate each other, and rise to the occasion. It's not, hey, stroke my ego. Again, this goes back to maybe your childhood, sis. Maybe you weren't praised enough, and you're looking for people to constantly validate you because you don't know how to validate yourself. You're lacking in that area. And in order to overcome that, that's not for someone to do. That's for you to work on you and stop regurgitating these narratives you keep hearing, because it's taking you further and further away from the work that you need to do on yourself so that you can attract or attain the person that you actually want. You want marriage. You want to start a family. So why are we acting like we don't want it?
You admire your man, that you look up to him, that he is the prize. It's just crazy. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again just to close the video. Gone are the days where I approached these topics with the mindset of convincing someone who drinks tea that coffee is better.
Yeah.
Put that coffee down.
Yeah.
If you are somebody who does not wish to be with a man who is caffeinated, a man who embraces his masculinity, and you think you want to enter some sort of partnership where you're waiting for that unicorn man who hits all the check boxes, who's going to let you trade pants with him. You wear the pants one day, he wears them the next. Equality
so
all throughout the board, everywhere. But he has to make more than you, isn't it?
You guys think
Isn't that
listen
funny?
to these people.
And I don't even have time to argue with you. That's back in the No Cap show days. Do you guys remember the No Cap show?
I don't think
That was back then. These days, I am catering. This is a man's channel overall.
We love it too.
I'm catering to the men who are caffeinated. I've noticed my female audience has grown little bit as well. So shout out to the women that
But
drink
I've been
coffee
with you
and
for
coffee
a long
always
time,
does.
Chisha.
Listen, guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet
I
another
love it.
episode of the
Love it.
Coffee Pod. What do you guys think of the topic? Curious to know your thoughts. Leave your comments down below. Till next time,
We love this one. Good one. Yeah, a hot mess. A hot mess. But again, I just say, like, whatever decision you decide to take, you are the only person who's going to reap the benefits or suffer the consequences. So it's up to you if you want to change now whilst you're in your 20s, or if you want to wait to your 30s and then to your 40s, and then you are limiting, and then you're like, oh, I got an epiphany. Oh my God, now I know you're the prize. As long as you're breathing, come to me. Fam, change now. Choose you this day whom you will send. Anywho, if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button and obviously hit the subscribe button as well. But until next time, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.